What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and today I'm joined by my special lady friend, Cam. How you doing, Cam?
Good.
And we have a very exciting video. We're talking about Hamilton, the famous Broadway musical, and it was recorded and put on Disney+, written by Lin-Manuel Miranda. He's the creator, the mastermind behind the whole thing, and this was my first time finally getting to watch it because I've actually listened to the soundtrack countless times in my car. Started in junior year of high school thanks to Coach King, but you really got me into it. And I know you're a massive Hamilton fan and you've seen it, so go ahead and give the people some of your personal experience with the musical.
My biggest regret in life is when I turned 16, me and my mom got to go to New York for my birthday, and I didn't know about Hamilton yet at the time. Like, I think a month later is when I finally heard about it. So I could have seen Hamilton in New York with the original cast when I was 16, and I didn't, because I was stupid, and I wanted to see Book of Mormon instead. Still a great musical. The off-Broadway tour came to the Fox last year, and I saw it, and then we were supposed to go again for his birthday, but it got canceled. Well, it got postponed, not canceled.
Yeah, we'll see it eventually. The whole virus kind of screwed everything up. We will see it eventually, though, but we finally got to see the original cast and crew in this super high-def version, beautifully shot, the lighting, everything was awesome. And what are your initial thoughts on seeing this original version on the big screen, if you want to say?
So high-def that you can see the spit spewing out of Jonathan Groff's face.
Yeah.
During all of his close-ups. It was insane. When the minute Lin-Manuel walked onto the stage and said, Alexander Hamilton, I started crying.
Yeah.
My eyes are still bloodshot from crying almost the whole time.
She was crying throughout the majority of this, watch. Yeah.
It was either crying because of what was happening was sad, or just because I've been listening to this musical for so long and, like, finally seeing the people who originally sang it, like, up close with all the emotions in their face.
Yeah, it was really great to finally see this in action because from my perspective, I've only ever listened to the soundtrack in the car. So I knew, like, all the words to the songs, but I never had a picture to go with the words. And seeing the story really acted out added a whole nother element and really elevated my fandom and, like, my love for the musical itself. My favorite character has to be Alexander Hamilton, just because I love Lin-Manuel.
Really?
I love Lin-Manuel Miranda.
That's not what I thought you were going to say.
He might be my favorite, but I do love David Diggs as Lafayette as well as Thomas Jefferson.
We love David.
And the song What Did I Miss, which opens up the second act, gives me chills every time. Every time. I love it. Anthony Ramos is an awesome, like, side character. He plays John Lawrence as well as Hamilton's son, Philip, in the second act. He's very multidimensional, very talented actor, and I can't wait to see him in The Heights. I know that got delayed, but his musical talent is on another level. I think that he's very gifted.
Especially when it has to do with Lin-Manuel Miranda, which In the Heights does, and I've seen In the Heights in an off-Broadway production, and it was so good. And actually, when I saw it, the main guy sounded oddly exactly like Lin-Manuel Miranda. It was very confusing, but it was so good. It's such a good play, and I'm very excited for the movie adaptation of that.
I love the music overall. I think it's fantastic, but especially in Act 1, the songs Aaron Burser and My Shot, which are like the second and third songs of the entire play, I want to say, the way they have that transition between them has always been my favorite, especially in the car. It's like if it'll be on shuffle play and one doesn't follow the other, it will really throw me off. So getting to see that in the HD version on Disney Plus was stellar. What are some of your favorite songs? Because I know you're like really passionate about this musical.
Definitely the obvious, like Yorktown and The Room Where It Happened. I think one of my absolute favorite ones is One Last Time, just because I love the guy that plays Washington. I think his voice is so beautiful, and I think his voice is very underrated out of all the singers in the musical.
The opening song, Alexander Hamilton itself, is beyond iconic.
One of the things I really like is, I bought this book a couple years ago that I gave to him to read. I'm not sure if he ever did, but basically it's like, it's got all the songs in it and all the lyrics and little footnotes that Lin-Manuel Miranda has, like, gone through and added, so you can, like, learn more and more about the songs. And something that I think is really interesting is in Guns and Ships, when the song starts out, you hear the da 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 da, which is like Hamilton's, like, that's his music, like, those are his chords that go with his character. And they talk about an immigrant you know and love, and we're like, oh yeah, Hamilton's coming back. And it's like, psych, it's not Hamilton, it's Lafayette. I think that that's like a really cool, like, trick sort of thing, and it just shows how genius Lin-Manuel Miranda is. He's so good, so smart.
He really is. I have no idea how he thought of the idea for this entire musical. I really don't know how it happened. But just seeing it, like I said, finally in its entirety was such a satisfying feeling as a fan of this music for so long.
What was your favorite part about seeing it with the visuals? There's the lighting, the dancing, the set pieces, how the stage moved, seeing their emotions while they sang. What was your favorite part of seeing it?
For me, I'd always been able to kind of follow the story just through listening to the lyrics, but it really was enhanced by seeing the performances. And I think my favorite part had to be the lighting cues. They were just so awesome, so awesome.
I agree. My favorite part of finally getting to see it like in a HD, really close up to their face version of it was probably getting to see the emotion on their faces towards the end of Act 2, where like there's a lot of character deaths, and you know, Hamilton is separated from his wife, kind of. There's like a whole song where he's just like Lin-Manuel is like crying, and I think he's crying like for real because he's like sad because it's one of the last times they're performing it, but he's like sobbing, and then I'm sobbing because it's already sad, and then Lin is so sad, and it's just seeing their faces up close was like cherry on the sundae for me.
Yeah, this is definitely my personal favorite musical of all time. And I'm not like a massive musical guy. I do watch the occasional musical movie. I've seen a few of like these productions off Broadway and stuff. But I just love Hamilton. I think that the fact that it blends history with Lin-Manuel's kind of rap hip hop take on it, it's so refreshing and something that can appeal to a bunch of different generations. That's what I love about this play. But if we're looking at this as like a movie, I think that it would probably be my favorite of the year if it even counts as a 2020 release. I know there's like a debate on Twitter. Is it a 2020 movie? I don't know. You can the audience can decide that for themselves because it's kind of a recorded play, so it's more of a play than a movie, you know? Yeah, overall, I love Hamilton, and I can't wait for the day that I finally get to see it in person. Even though this was an amazing experience, I think seeing it, even in an off-Broadway manner without the original cast, I still think that would be a cool experience. So I love this play. I'm so glad I got to finally see it. Do you have any final thoughts?
I'm glad you got to finally see it because we always listen to it in the car, and I'm glad that now when we listen to it, you'll have a picture to go with like the songs.
Yeah. So there you have it. Those are our quick thoughts on Hamilton, or Hamilfilm as some people are calling it. I absolutely love the experience, and even if you're not a big musical fan, I'd still recommend checking it out for the story alone and the creative writing and just seeing the mastermind of Lin-Manuel Miranda in action. So if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're getting close to 600 subscribers, and it would be awesome if we could get there. I never really thought we would get this far, so just seeing the channel continuing to grow and the constant support really does mean a lot. And if you want to see Cam and more videos, just comment down below and consider hitting the like button. Comment your thoughts on Hamilton and all that good stuff. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.
Bye.